Hello everyone, my name is Joshua Von Noctis, and welcome back to my channel. On this moonlit night, I'd like to continue where we left off. In my last entry, I gave an overview of what Technopaganism is, what it isn't, and the experience that set me on this path. In the long years since then, I've gleaned over articles, books, videos, and essays in order to find the core beliefs of my path. While the results I have gathered together do the job, there is no book or video that I felt did well enough to explain the core concepts. In this entry, I'd like to go over what I believe are the basics of Technopaganism and how I came to these conclusions. I will do my best to cite my sources and leave them down below for you to check out yourself. Technopaganism. While I would like to dive straight into the topic, it's better to lay down a definitive foundation and work our way from there. Technopaganism is the belief in the sacredness of computerized technology and using it in ritual and practice in accordance with the beliefs and principles of the pagan faiths. Understanding the core principles is where we start this entry. From what I've gathered through various articles, videos, and through personal understanding, the first core belief is sacred technology. The concept of digital technology itself is sacred. Across eons of ingenuity and refinement, humanity has drawn ideas from the depths of the mind and forged them into physical reality. Inspired by the unknown, by mystery, and by our deepest well of wonder, technology is sacred because it reflects humanity's limitless potential. One cannot call oneself a technopagan without believing in this core principle. Natural technology. Most modern pagans think of nature as earth-centric. That promotes the idea that only certain nature-based things are natural. To the technopagan, the world extends far beyond Earth, with a whole universe of elements to explore. The technopagan sees no difference between the idea of the four elements and the atoms, molecules, and chemical bonds that make up our universe, for all these are as natural as nature itself. The third core belief is divinity and digital. Across many ancient cultures, the god of knowledge was always present, representing humanity's desire to know more about itself and the world around it. In modern times, many pagans attribute the domain of technology to their god of knowledge. Thoth from the Egyptian pantheon is often brought up in Kemetic circles, for example. Others have attributed their own gods to the digital domain. Regardless of which god or goddess one chooses, mankind seeks union with the divine, and the technopagan sees technology as the path to that union. The fourth core belief is technology and ritual. Sacred technology is used either entirely by itself or in conjunction with non-tech ritual items to bring about a desired state of mind in order to achieve union with the divine. To the technopagan, using a device specifically designed for ritual or repurposing a device for ritual is the same as buying or finding a new athame or wand. For example, tech such as an LED light orb can easily be repurposed to replace candlelight. The fifth core belief is Astral Space as virtual space. There are many myths across cultures about a space that exists alongside Earth, a realm of spiritual significance for many different reasons. To the technopagan, the astral plane is virtual space, a place one can peer into, communicate through, interact within, and gain knowledge and understanding of the world and its people. Across the globe, through wire and code, people communicate and share information with one another. All the technopagan must do is connect. A note on AR and VR. In examining astral space more closely, it becomes useful to define what qualifies as a realm. In structural terms, a realm is defined by its boundaries, its internal coherence, and its placement within a larger system of experience. It possesses limits, rules of interaction, and a distinguishable environment. It is entered through a threshold act and exited in the same way. Virtual reality environments satisfy these criteria. They possess architecture and spatial logic. They operate through rule systems. The user enters through a deliberate threshold, placing a headset, initiating software, crossing into a designed space. Once inside, the physical room recedes in perceptual importance, and awareness relocates within the constructed world. Augmented reality functions differently, but follows a similar principle. Rather than replacing the environment, it layers structured information over physical space, altering perception without removing material context. I do not claim that these technologies are metaphysically identical to the astral plane described in ancient traditions. Rather, I claim that they demonstrate humanity's capacity to construct layered realms in which consciousness can meaningfully operate beyond immediate physical proximity. In this sense, cyberspace is not merely technological infrastructure, but a constructed realm, one that reflects and extends humanity's enduring conception of layered reality. Throughout the articles I have read, these core beliefs stand out as the main tenets of Technopaganism. Experiencing epiphanies and moments of insight related to this path led me to experiment with a form of meditation centered on soft electronic music. If you have any prior meditation practice, you'll remember focusing on your breath for a few moments to enter a state of calm. One night, at the temple in my area, I expanded on that practice. Using a smartphone, I played ambient music from various consoles from ages past and attempted to enter the same calm, focused state. It yielded varying results. Some were good, while others brought more anxiety than calm. After analyzing what worked, I created a playlist designed to help me focus before ritual. Now that you know this, I'd like to bring up a practical point. When using technology for spiritual matters, it is better to have a device specifically dedicated to that purpose. Do you have an old smartphone lying around that you're not using? Clean it and factory reset it. Download an open source, offline music player and store your meditation music inside. Most importantly, keep it dedicated. Nothing breaks the desire for spiritual understanding more than hearing an accidental YouTube ad about a product you don't need. Taken together, these 5 principles form a coherent framework for technopagan practice. Sacred technology, natural technology, divinity and the digital, technology and ritual, and astral space as virtual space. This framework does not ask its adherents to abandon reason or reject tradition. Rather, it recognizes technological development as a continuation of humanity's long-standing spiritual inquiry. In clarifying these principles, my intent is not to invent something new, but to articulate what already exists in fragments, and to provide a structured path for those who feel, like myself, called to walk it. Thank you everyone for making it to the end of the video. I greatly appreciate the fact that you took the time to sit down and listen to this. If you like the content, do whatever stereotypical YouTuber does and like, comment, subscribe. I wish you all Sadepti.